Hello, hello, hello. Hi, guys. You're still awake. Elizabeth, hey. Hi, Sheila. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Megan. Hi, Christina. Hi, Jess. Happy New Year almost. Hey, Amanda. Hi, Sunny. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Chelsea. Hi, Karen. Hi, Jamie. You've been patiently waiting. Look, I didn't think anybody would join me this late. Hey, Catherine. Hey, Alicia. Happy New Year to you, Sheila. Hi, Maria. Happy New Year. Hi, April. Hi, Robin. Hi, Geneva. All the way in Alaska. Hi, Keith. Sonny says, of course you'd be here. You're barely awake. You set an alarm. Yay. Happy New Year, everybody. Hi, Jennifer. How are you? Hi, Miss Karen. Karen Romero. Thanks for joining. Long time no see, girl. Hey, Miss Robin. Hi, Mindy. How you doing? Actually, I worked yesterday and today. I went back to work yesterday. We've let our staff rotate so we could give them today off, and Keith and I held the fort down today over at headquarters. We've not had Christmas with my mom yet, so that's tomorrow for us. So we'll be going out of town early in the morning for that. Hey, Eileen, how you doing? I know, Amanda, right? Hey, have y'all made you a mocktail or a cocktail? If you've got something, tell us what you're drinking. I'll show you what's in mine here in a second. Oh, I will, Eileen. I know, Tammy, this is exciting. Denise, how are you? Oh, a snowstorm? Lord, girl, I would be a nervous wreck. Jamie's having 7-Up. Vernon's coffee so you don't fall asleep. Look, I haven't poured it yet. Let me get this out of the way. Anybody that's calorie conscious, do y'all buy these? Skinny mixes? Hi, Susie. So I put in my little Christmassy glass here, I put 2 pumps of dragon. This is sour apple. Then I put 2 pumps of mango, sugar-free, and then I put 2 pumps of coconut, sugar-free. So it's 0 calories in all of it. So 2 coconut, 2 dragon, and 2 mango. And it's like a pina colada with a little bit of a sour twist on it. So to that, let me move my background here. To that, I'm going to add a grapefruit Fresca. It's so good. It's so good. Look, these skinny syrups are like $8 a bottle now. But we have I don't know how to say it, Bell's or Beals, not too far away from here. Actually, it's close to Rachel's Salon. And they have theirs $4.99 a bottle. And they got every flavor, honey. So I just stocked up. The only one I couldn't find was is it Love Potion? No. Fairy Dust. I couldn't find Fairy Dust. That one's really good and it glitters. They got them at Marshall's. And let me take a drip. Girl, that's good. If anybody sees Fairy Dust, I want it. I will pay you, and I will pay for the shipping. Yeah, honey, she has glitter in her, and she tastes like rainbow Skittles. Yes, Lord. Look, I got these ready to go up on the website. What you do with your decals? How do you stage your decals? These are those blue Christmas poinsettias that don't look anything like Christmas poinsettia. Aren't these pretty? That's not what we're doing tonight, but I think sometimes it's good just to see how other people do their decals and how they use them. Very ornate. Real pretty. Thank y'all for hanging out with me tonight. Let's see, what time is it? 11:04. Tonight we're going to make Angel Howlite stone nails. Now we got a little bundle tonight. It has a 10-piece foil in it. This is what makes the Angel, the Aurora, to the stone nails. is I'm going to be using, this one looks white, but she's not white at all. It's completely clear. Look at that pattern. We only have the foil in this bundle. You cannot get it outside the bundle because I didn't have that many of them. But in this foil set, there's a blue, a hot pink, the clear, a couple shades of purple. That's a deep one. This is kind of like between a fuchsia pink and a purple, a lavender, yellow, a teal, an orange, and a green. And now the clear one is the only one that's transparent. The rest of these are opaque. So if you've not used foil before, the ugly side of the foil, like this, is what goes down. Okay? So you get the foil. You also get, hold up, let me get this back in here, because I don't want to use this set. Otherwise, I won't have enough for my bundles. I'm going to use mine that I've already cut off of. You also get a beautiful big old diamond to stage your photographs on, honey. You might get clear, and you might get black in this, but the black one is also holographic. So if you've not used this before, this is for people that are inexperienced at taking nail photos, and you just have your client hold that, wrap their hand around it, and now you stage that and get a pretty photo. Look, you need to come into the 21st century. Those of y'all that still take photos like this, not knocking that, but look what that does to the skin on my hands. It makes them all wrinkly. Whereas if you have them curl their hand, it smooths out those wrinkles. It just looks prettier. We're glad, Amanda. We only started with 16 bundles is all we've got. And then the other thing that's in the bundle is you get, these are essential for making the stone nails. You get a white watercolor bloom art ink, and you're going to get the black Midnight Mist watercolor bloom art ink. It's $69 and change, honey. Let's get to it. Let's get it. Now, I'm going to change my background here just so it's easier to see. If y'all don't care, I'm going to use these tonight. Typically, I like to have my nail tips all lined up, but sometimes these ones are they're just a little bit easier. Let me adjust my camera slightly. I got a new stand my camera is in. I got a new camera. I have new video editing software. I got all the things to start 2026 with. Look, do y'all make resolutions? I'll put some no buff on these. I don't make resolutions anymore, but I do have intentions. I have 2 or 3 things I intend on making changes or improvements on this year, I guess you could say. One is my vision. I know we talked about that a couple weeks ago. I have to get my eyes fixed, whether that's through, well, I don't think it's going to be through surgery. I found out this week I am not a candidate for LASIK surgery. Just because I'm blind, honey. So I got to do something about get my vision fixed so I can see better. So that's like number 1 on my list. Y'all got some intentions? What you got? You don't do resolutions, but you pick a word to live by. I love that, Megan. I love that.
What's our word?
What do you have your word for 2026? And would you want to share it? Consistent. Girl, that's a good word. That's a good word. Yes. You know, I always say, do something for your business when you go into a new year. Have something in mind to do for your business. Have something in mind to do for yourself personally, and have something in mind for your family. Those 3 things are kind of what I try to stick with. Oh, yeah, I have some cataracts too, Crystal. But I had this weird thing happen last year. I was at work one day and all of a sudden I had this black shadow come in my eye and it stayed there for a couple days at least a couple days. And by the third day, it got really bad. So I called my eye doctor and they sent me over to the surgeon's office. They thought my my retina had detached. End up that wasn't what it was, but there's some sort of inflammation that showed in my eye, which they didn't tell me this until recently, but I got a call yesterday and they're like, no, ma'am, she's like, there's an underlying issue of some sort that they still haven't figured out. So I am not a candidate for LASIK surgery because of that. So we have to pinpoint that first before we can move forward. Anyway, yeah. But I haven't had it happen again. It was after they shot some dye through there and gave me some medicine. I mean, you know, it cleared it up. So let's cure that. That was white angel food cake. You know what they said mine was, Geneva? They called it cotton wool spot on my eye. A cotton wool spot. And when the spot moves, I don't know. I can't exactly explain it. Yes, Stephanie, they mentioned that, but I don't want to do that, girl. I don't want to do it. This angel food cake, and we're curing that for 60 seconds. Let me get a drink of my mocktail here that looks like a Mountain Dew. Look, you're not going to believe how easy this stonework nail is. Once you see this, if y'all are grabbing the bundle tonight, do me a favor when you get this. Pull this one out. Take this clear one out of here and put that in a little something with this right here and then put your sample nails in there from the video. I hope you'll go back and do that. And you'll have yourself a little kit made of this angel howlite stonework. I got to test today some of the, you know, we have an entire, in 2026, we have an entire Stoneworks kit coming that all of my stone nails will be done from. And I got to test final products today that are coming for 2026. And girl, let me tell you, they are so good. They're so good. Now, you're going to need you some good foil gel. This is our triple sticky foil gel. If you're a nervous foiler and you still can't get an all over foil coverage, this nail is perfect because you don't have to have all over foil. It can be splotchy for this particular technique. And maybe, just maybe, you are using the wrong foil gel. You know, eye candy is not ready. I'm not following. I think this is kind of washing my video out. Let me move that black background. I think it's going to make it, you won't be able to see my foil. There we go. That's better, isn't it? That looks better from my end. I don't know how it looks from your end. Oh, for all the products in 2026? Girl. He said, where you go put them? We've had the final prototype of our spring gel polishes for quite some time now, and they are really, really pretty, really beautiful. We went with bright colors for our spring release. We sure enough did, honey. You know, pastels are not my favorite. I will wear them occasionally. Like nudes, I'll do that. But for me to wear a pastel blue or a pastel green, I'm just not going to do it. Very rarely do I wear a baby pink. I prefer like nude pinks or a warmer shade of pink, like Smooth Talker. That's my favorite pink to wear. I would love to say our release date, Jess, but with all the shipping and logistics that's happening in our world right now, I don't know. Typically, we do February 15th for our spring release. until I actually see those ship and can track it. I don't know. Oh, and if you're waiting, if you got New Year's Eve nail art retreat, our watercolor palette got held up. Like it has been ordered since November 3rd. And it got held up in shipping. Thank the Lord above. We are expecting it to be ready Tuesday. So those will mail out next week to you guys. And tonight, actually, I reserved one of the New Year's Eve nail art kits. We're going to give that away tonight. Yay! So y'all hang around. I'm going to tell you how to win that at the end. You aren't allowed to have nice things. So hang around. I'll tell you about that. Okay, I got my foil gel in curing. If you do not know about foil gel, so I put 1 coat of that on there. Foil gel is thick. It smells like onions. It's got this pull to it that you kind of have to float it on and then pull it off. Float it on and pull it off. The best performance that foil gel will give you, any foil gel, not just mine, okay, is if you cure it for 2 minutes. Do not under-cure it. You can't over-cure it. Cure it 2 minutes. Let her cool down for 30 seconds. Okay? I think we have talked about that enough that we all kind of know that, right? Okay, now we're going to take our clear foil and we're going to pop this all over the nail. You used it for your glitter nails? Ooh. I'd love to see it. This is the Angel Howlite Stone Bundle. And look, you want to pull from the free edge backwards. So this is what gives the nail design its rainbow look. I did these at work today, and then lo and behold, I left and we drove 30 minutes home and I didn't have my sample nails. That's the downfall of working out of several locations. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So my sample nails are laying on my desk over at headquarters. But these are so easy. I promise. I promise. All right. So anybody that comments on our video tonight, Keith's taking names, honey. Keith's taking names. If you're on the app, he is taking names. And that's how we're going to do our drawing. Now, and I laid this down. I don't know which side was... because the clear one, you can't really tell which side is which. Hold up. Okay, that's it right there. Everybody says hi, Keith. Oh, yeah, 30 seconds from your house. Girl, I would never be home. Look, when I lived 5 minutes away, I worked all the time. I seriously did not know when to leave work. Not that I don't work all the time now with a studio in my house. It's just different. It's just different. Okay, now we've got our foil on. Next up, who can tell me what we do to a foiled nail before we do anything else? Before we can move forward with anything else. We metallic glaze it. And why do we metallic glaze it? To seal it. So it's not slippery. So it will hold everything else we put on here. She's too slick right now. She's too slippery. So a little bit of metallic glaze, just a thin, thin layer. That's all you need. And we go back in the light. Okay. Yep, slickery. That foil is slickery. Metallic glaze is like a double-sided sticky tape, honey. She cures to that nail surface. She slurps to the nail, but she's very, very sticky on top. Have you ever tried to file metallic glaze after it's been cured? That's a no-go, isn't it? It's just like rubber. It is so sticky. It's like a layer of bubble gum on there, only with structure. She is a shiny surface sealant. Yes, she's sticky and gummy, and that's the way she should be. She is not meant to really be filed unless you need to buff it slightly. Okay, we are curing that. Now we're going to shake these. How long does foil gel last? You mean how many manicures are in the bottle, Deborah? It's 15 milliliter in there. You think yours is old? Okay, so on the back of foil gel and blooming gel are very persnickety. On the back of here, you might have to get a magnifying glass to look. See this with the little lid right there? It says 12M. That means she's good for 12 months from the time you open it. Yeah. Your specialty gels like your foil gel, your blooming gel, even your nail primers should be replaced at least once a year. Because your primer, you know, will go inactive. Okay, we're going to grab us some Ladybug Luster because watercolor bloom has to sit in Ladybug Luster, wet Ladybug Luster. And we're also going to put us a little bit of acetone right in here. And let's get us an alcohol ink brush. These are going to be so pretty. Alcohol ink. I know I have one. Oh, girl, she gone? Is she gone?
Watercolor bloom comes in several colors.
Watercolor bloom comes in 10 colors. It's only available in the set right now. Because we are waiting on our open stock to arrive. It's only available in the set, but you do get the black and white with this. You will use more black and white than anything. Now, watercolor bloom sits in the wet layer of this. Any other questions? Time to date? Yes, you could. That's a good idea, Diane. Date your bottle when you get it. That is a fabulous idea. Now look, if you don't put watercolor bloom in a wet layer, you can still maneuver it around like an alcohol ink. It's just going to take a little bit longer to dry because these colors are very, very pigmented. So this first one I put on, I'm going to put the white one on and not put it in a wet layer. Watch. Just going to put it in the tacky layer of the metallic glaze. Y'all following me? Did that make sense? Okay, this is how we start the white part of our stone. Maybe we put a little there. Maybe we put just a little bit there. And since that takes just a bit to dry, you can see she's still wet, right? Let's put that on all of these. Oh, maybe this one will go this way. And I got my little fan going, sitting on the floor here. I don't know if y'all can hear it or not, but that helps these dry even faster. This is over metallic glaze. Over metallic glaze, yes. But that's, the metallic glaze has been cured. Okay. Into the cured layer. All right, now take your alcohol ink brush, go into your acetone. Let me make sure I pick up the first one I did here. See these harsh edges we've got? We're going to do this. We're just going to tap that till it kind of blends into the nail. Tap, tap. So now we have some harsh white, and we have some creamy white. Don't go into the middle of that. Go on the edges. And I have a very wet brush of acetone. Okay. And now here my surface is very, very tacky. Even on the areas that my watercolor bloom has gathered, it's still very tacky because of the tacky layer that's in the metallic glaze. There's a reason for that. Okay, so now we want to evaluate. Do we have some solid white areas of the nails? Yeah, we do. We need just a couple more. Need just a couple more white acetone and not alcohol, because it takes longer for alcohol to dry. Acetone, trust me, it is needed. You need the acetone to evaporate really quickly. Otherwise, it's going to reactivate that ink and you're going to be sitting there 10 more minutes waiting on it to dry. Let me add just a touch more white, kind of going that way. And maybe a little bit right there. We don't want to completely cover it, because if we cover it, we lose our foil. And right there. Yep, no worries, Mercedes. Okay, make sure, I know that's not dry yet. I'm going to go ahead and just move that around a little bit. Just take that harsh edge off. Okay. Anytime we are moving inks to create kind of a marble pattern, especially our inks, you always want to move it with acetone, because our inks are acetone based. Okay, there we go. Those ones are done. Are y'all seeing what's happening there? So now I have some really white parts of our stone. Pretty like that, isn't it? Okay, let's see if we're dry. And we are. I'm going to give the watercolor bloom in black another good shake. See? I think this would be gorgeous for a set of press-ons. Girl, nobody doing press-ons like this, honey. No, 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 no. Okay, very important. The black watercolor bloom has to go in a wet layer of Ladybug Luster. And we do not need another metallic glaze. This nail is very sticky from the tacky layer that's there. So a thin, thin coat of Ladybug Luster. Super thin. It's like you go put it on and take it off. And now we get our black watercolor bloom. Can y'all see okay? Everybody see okay? Yeah? Now we're going to go at the edges here. Go back into your acetone. Let it kind of separate there just a little bit. See those little holes coming in it? And now we go touch this with acetone, touch. And now I'm going to go on the perimeter. And this is what starts kind of that black veining in this particular stone. And I just keep manipulating it with a full brush of acetone till I kind of get that to go where I want it to. So your top coat is kind of sort of acting like blooming gel, but not really. You see, I pulled some of that top coat off right there because I didn't want it to keep blooming over into that area. And actually, I have gotten too much top coat. Can you see that? You see what's happening here? When I say thin top coat, let's fix that real quick. Let's fix it just real fast, girl. There we go. As a matter of fact, I believe on the demo nail, I've missed a step here, because on my demo nail, I remember putting my top coat on and I cured this for 10 seconds before I bloomed, or before I put the watercolor bloom onto the second wet top coat. Let's do that. That'll seal this up in the background. 10-second cure. Remember, shiny doesn't stick to shiny. So that's why we go cure this first top coat only 10 seconds, is so the next layer will stick to it. Yeah. Look, you sit down and work it out and you forget what you did. That's why I love our videos staying up on our app, so you can always go back and watch those. All right, only a 10-second cure now. 10 seconds. It's like painting your candy cane stripes that you only paint once per year. Sometimes you forget, right? Now, there we go, GGO. Here's that top coat is still, feels like saran wrap. So now let's go with the wet top coat. And now wherever your white is at, which here, this white goes kind of that way and a little bit this way. You want to put your black kind of sort of to frame that out. So we got one going that way and maybe a little bit going that way. I'm going to take mine on off the top of the nail there. There we go. There we go. And now acetone and touch, touch, touch. That's it, boo. That's it. And touch. And then touch on this side. Just let her go wherever she wants to go. No two of these nails are going to turn out alike. No two. Oh, yes. And we're going to cure this for 10 seconds. Only 10, because we're going to do this layer again. Here we go. Same step on all of them. Now, you don't want to do this in assembly line fashion and have this black ink sitting on 5 nails that you've not blended, because if she sits there any length of time, I'm talking probably 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, something like that, it makes it harder to blend. So do one at a time, blend it out, and then you can go back and adjust where you need to. And you know, every nail shape is different. So what we do on the long nail, we can't do on the shorter nails. You can use multiple colors, yes. You sure can. If you're trying to make it look like this specific stone, you need to stick with these. But you can put multiple colors of the watercolor bloom ink on it once. And it does come in a full set. Keith, would you put that link up to the full set?
Yep.
Please, babe. Oh, yes. I'm telling y'all, this is going to change the way we do our stone nails. This, in combination with our Stoneworks kit that's in production right now, will do every single kind of stonework nails on the planet. Look at that. Okay, let's go in. Y'all see how easy it is too. Just remember, don't skip that first step. Seal up whatever's under the bottom before you put the wet layer on to put the watercolor bloom in. Watercolor bloom, the set has 10 colors. There are 2 metallics in there. I love the look of stone nails too. It's different than alcohol ink nails in the fact that, you know, alcohol ink nails, when they first came out, were done with Sharpie markers. Y'all remember how that whole thing went crazy? And everybody wants it to look like a quartz countertop. I don't know about you, but I don't want to wear a quartz countertop on my nails, y'all. I don't want my nails to look like a quartz countertop. If I'm going to do marble or alcohol ink, I want it to have replicas of like actual stone patterns, turquoise or amethyst or something along that, something that has a beautiful copper vein through it, not your kitchen countertop. Right?
I had a question. How do you know when to mix the inks? Too much? How much?
I don't understand the question.
How much is too much on mixing the colors in?
How much is too much on mixing the colors? Can you clarify, whoever asked that question? I'm not seeing the question, but if you'll clarify, I'll try and answer it for you. You can put all 10 colors on the nail if you want to, but you just got to know your color wheel. You put the wrong colors beside of each other and you're going to end up with brown, and it's going to get very, very muddy.
How do you know when to stop blending inks?
How do we know when to stop blending inks? Well, I guess it all depends on the look you're going for. The colors, all right, now we're going to cure that one for 10 seconds. Okay. So the reason we only have a 10-second cure is because we need to deepen the black in areas of this. So we do one more Ladybug Luster. And areas that we want darker, we're going to drop in just another little bit of this black. Like right here. And I'm going to kind of let it go that way. And maybe just right there. Now, if you want a giant separation, you drop a, look, did you see that? You drop yourself a big old blob of acetone if you want that big separation. You just go right in the middle. This one up here, I'm kind of staying on the perimeter edges of it. And then we cure. 10 seconds. And look, y'all, don't get nervous about 2 or 3 coats of your top coat. If you put this on a nail form and cure it and peel it off, it's as thin as a contact lens, if not thinner. You would be surprised how thin your top coat layer is, and you're not putting builder layers on. You see, look at that brush. My brush is laying down flat. That means I'm really dry brushing out the top coat. Did you guys see the demo I did with the watercolor bloom and the turquoise, the ocean? Oh, girl, it was pretty. Wasn't that gorgeous?
Trisha said she got your toolbox. She loves it.
Yay.
So much product.
It holds a ton, doesn't it, Trish? I was just thinking today, I get really overwhelmed in big spaces. Not necessarily big spaces, but when there's lots of stuff out, I get really overwhelmed. And that's the way it is in my office over at headquarters, is because everything is up on those shelves. Not that that's a bad thing, but I do better with my gel polishes kind of being tucked away in that toolbox. Because if I know if I need Dazzling Daydreamer so-and-so color, I know exactly where to go get that from my toolbox. From my shelves at work, they have so much on them. I'm just like, okay, I got gel polish mixed in with alcohol ink and just all the things. I need to really get in there and organize all of that. Okay, so there's that one. It just takes so long to organize it, doesn't it? Girl, it's not an easy task. Especially not all I've got over there. They hold a ton. They're worth every penny. I believe we paid somewhere around $3.50 for each of mine when we got them this past summer.
I need to get one for the garage.
Keith says he needs one for the garage. He does. You'd be surprised all the stuff you get up off the floor. Yeah, it would, especially if you work in a tiny space, or if you need to have a second studio like at your house in a spare bedroom. Girl, they're perfect. And they come in all kind of colors, blue, red, green. All right, now we're going to do a full cure on those because we've just done 10 second, 10 second, 10 second, 10 second, 10 second. Because that surface right now is real wonky because we've put a lot of stuff into it. We want to smooth her out, honey. We're going to bring this back into play here. A teeny home studio? Yes. I don't do well with lots of commotion going on, Kathleen. If I am honing in on, I don't know, if I'm trying to work out something for a class, I got to steal away. Put my music on, put on something really calming in the background. Now look, that's after all of those 10-second cures. Y'all see how ruffly the surface is? Just take your metallic glaze and put you a nice schmoozy layer on. Just a schmoozy. And now hold her upside down. Oh, yeah, I couldn't do that, Kathleen. Give her a little body heat. And now we're going to pop her in the lamp for a full cure. Full cure. If you don't have metallic glaze at this point, you could use a base coat. Just remember that metallic glaze is crystal clear, honey. So if you go use a base coat to smooth this out, you better make sure it's clear or else your nail's gonna be cloudy. She's gonna be straight up ugly. Little body heat. Yeah, I don't really watch TV. Oh, yes, look that light line. I don't really watch TV, but I like to have something going while I'm in my studio working. And it has to be something I've already seen. Like, oh, what's that one that has so many seasons? Heartland, something like that. Something just real easy in the background that I can listen to that doesn't distract me. I can't put on a new movie because then I don't get anything done. So just something, yes, something calming. Anne of Avonlea, Anne of Greengate, whatever that I can have on in the background. Yep, see April? Just giving that some body heat. Check our light line. Oh, she looking good, girl. Okay, and cure. Now we go top coater. Oh, she not wanting to focus. Where's our, let me get our other paper. Hold on.
They count down. They said 15 minutes till New Year.
Oh, 15 minutes. Yay! Let's put our black back behind this now. Let's see if that washed it out. You did. Look, it just barely looks gray. Is that not the craziest thing ever? This one's still a little ruffly. You see I got 2 lines on there. I have 2 lights. And my lights aren't straight. They're curved lights here at my home studio. So they are harder to navigate with these lights. One thing I do love, I don't need another metallic glaze on there. If you use Outshine, the viscosity of this can level out anything else that's there if you would like. Let's put a little coat of Outshine on it.
And they said we should do a virtual toast.
It's a focusing issue. No, whenever I have on a black glove or a black piece of paper, it completely changes the color in all of my videos. Air one of them. Even my pre-filmed videos. It's the weirdest thing ever. Look how that smoothed it out. Now that's pretty. Yes, Lord. We could sing us a song on that one, couldn't we? Oh, honey. And 60. This one doesn't have a top coat yet, but look at that beautiful oil slick foil in the bottom of there. Let me get down here so that camera quit jumping around. I'm going to outshine this one. We didn't have sunshine today. It was very, very cloudy here. So when I photographed my sample nails earlier today, I had to do it under my daylight lights over at the studio. But you can see that oil slick, can't you? I know you can. It's just beautiful. Just beautiful. I don't know what it's going to be tomorrow. I have about a 2-hour drive to my mom's house tomorrow. We're going to do Christmas tomorrow, and we decided to do really simple food. My cousin's coming, one of my sisters will be there. My sister next to me, Mona, who does the catering for our business, she's doing a giant pot of homemade vegetable beef soup for tomorrow. I'm doing a salad bar. And my cousin Joyce is doing a sandwich platter. Hillary's doing, I think, her Instapot. She's doing a homemade mac and cheese. And then my mom's done desserts. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow. I think it's just going to be so comforting. Because it's going to be tricky tomorrow. The first Christmas without my dad. So. Look here.
Blizzard in Buffalo.
These are just beautiful. Looky. Oh, y'all are sweet. Y'all are sweet. There's a bunch of firsts. You know what I told Keith today? I said we could look back on this year and count everything that was tough. But you know what we're going to do? We're going to say, thank you, God. You brought me through one of the hardest years of my life. We're on the other side of it, right? So that's how we're going to look at tomorrow. And yes, we'll be sad for just a little bit. But at the same time, your first Christmas in heaven has to be a really good one, doesn't it? Yep. Look at this. I'm so tickled to be spending tonight with y'all too. Oh, girl, this is pretty. Now, see, I would wear this. This would be so pretty on the master toe. I don't know. Does anybody still do lacquer? I know you couldn't accomplish this with lacquer because it would never dry. But if you wanted to do gel just on the big toe and lacquer on the baby toes, you could still do that and do a really pretty like that midnight licorice on the baby toes. You can't wait to get back to work and try it. It's just absolutely beautiful. And if you can see down in here close enough, you can see how that black watercolor bloom has separated from the acetone, but she's also separated into her own little cells in here. Can y'all see that? Like, I would never be able to do this with any other product. Girl. So real quick, let me show you, in case you didn't see our other video, do I have a watercolor bloom set here? I know I do, girl. Hold on. Hold on. Let me check in this top drawer right here, babe. Let me see if I can eyeball if I have a set here. Oh, I do. Let me show you all the colors that she comes in. Y'all have been most engaged tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hold on. Hold on. All right, 10 colors. Number 1 and number 2 was the Snowdrop Dew and the Midnight Mist. That's what comes in tonight's bundle. If you're getting the 10-piece set, though, you'll get both of those. You always need an extra black and white. And also, ladies and gentlemen, let me remind you, because this goes into a wet layer, be sure you wipe your brush off before you put this back down in there, because you're going to pull residue from your gel back over into your watercolor bloom. Okay, then we also have Rosewater Haze. And these separate is why they have to be shaken. This is perfect for pink quartz nails. Look, y'all, I'm going to have to refilm all my classes online because I have a pink quartz class online that's complicated. Look how easy this is going to make. It's going to turn a pink quartz nail into a 5-minute nail. I'm not joking. You tried this with regular ink and it doesn't look the same as these do. Are you saying, oh, yes, I see what you're saying. Yeah, these don't bloom the same way as regular ink does. Regular ink into a wet top coat makes a COVID spore, is what I call it. Yep, y'all be sure you hang around now. We're going to do our drawing here in just a second. So that's the third color. The fourth color is Lily Leaf Pond. Lily Leaf Pond. It's a very, very pale green. Color number 5, Cornflower Cascade. Look how pretty she is. And these are not anything like our milky inks. They're not like a regular alcohol ink. Color number 6 is my favorite. This is called Sprinkle of Peach. Look at that. Color number 7, Violet Ripple. Now there's an active coupon code on this set of inks. I forget what it is, but it's on the listing. Keith, will you put that listing back up? He'll put it back up, and if you click on that, the coupon code is in the description, so you can use that. And then we have color number 8 is Indigo Shower. This is more like the color of your blue jeans, only a little bit more on the brighter side. Thank you, Jess. Bloom Inks. Yeah, and you get a discount off of your full set of inks. Then there are 2 metallics. There's a gold. And I'm not going to call this silver. It's more like a pearl white. If you watched me bloom these a couple of weeks ago, you don't want to use these 2 by themselves. They are made to go on the edge of something. Like where I laid this black in, before you cured that, if you went in with a little gold, that gold just kind of smushes and goes into the edge of your black. It's incredibly beautiful. It makes some of the most beautiful sea tones, and what was that? Kind of like a Blue Lagoon one that we did before. So that's your 10 colors of your watercolor bloom inks. Aren't they beautiful? Y'all have any questions on these? You can use this with our regular inks as well. They bloom completely different. If you watched the tutorial a few weeks ago, I first did our regular ink, sealed that with a top coat, and then I went back with the watercolor bloom on top. So these didn't grab the first layer of ink and move it around. You kind of got to seal that up before you move forward. Can it only go into top coat? Yes. Yes, and all top coats do not work with it. I tested these in our HEMA-free top coat. I tested a bunch of top coats. The only one it really worked with was Ladybug Luster. But now if you are needing HEMA-free, because I forgot to tell you this last time, you can put it in metallic glaze as well, but it has to be a wet layer. This one is not HEMA-free. It does not work in our HEMA-free top coat, but it does work in the HEMA-free metallic glaze. Yeah. She picky, honey. She picky. You're going to have to save up and get these. Yeah, these are going to stay in core collection. Oh, Teresa says this has been best New Year's Eve she's had in a long time. Girl, look, Keith didn't even take a nap today. I thought he'd need a nap, but he had a ball game on, and it's amazing. People that get sleepy really early, child, when they got a ball game going, they can stay up for that thing, can't they? Yes, Lord.
Staying up for California.
Did you ever make metallic glaze with a regular lid? Yes, that's the only one that's available, Allie. I keep refilling my fancy bottle here. If you noticed when Keith put the listing up for the metallic glaze, it was in the black bottle. Yes, girl, it's all we have available. You're playing scrolled work. You love tonight? Thank you, Regina. Look, I know sometimes I have to give him a hard time. You know why? Because he scares the stew out of us at work. He jumps out from around the corner when nobody's watching and just takes your breath away. It backfired on him. It backfired on him this past weekend because we spent Christmas in Tennessee with our girls. And girl, let me tell you, it was not no tender Tennessee Christmas either. That traffic was insane. So he saw our grandsons come up on the elevator. He goes and jumps in front of the door, and when the door opens up, he lets out a big scream. He's going to scare the grandsons. And what he didn't see is there was a lady standing right there. And when he let out that scream, it scared the stew out of her. The poor thing probably had a heart attack. So anyway, he had some splaining to do. Yeah, so that's how that went down. Anyway, we're about to hit midnight here. Keith, will you put the bundle back up for tonight so I can mention what's in that in case anybody wants to grab it? Really quickly, tonight's bundle, you get the 10-piece foil that you got to have for this kind of moonstony look. That's the one I used. This is all 10 colors in there. Okay, you're going to get that. And you're going to get the white and the black watercolor bloom, snowdrop dew, and midnight mist. And then we're going to put you a photo prop in here of this little lady right here. Look, I'm testing a new product on this nail. It's what's underneath it. Is why I have one nail different. I'm seeing how she holds, honey. I'm seeing how she holds for that. So anyway, tonight's bundle is $69 and change, and we are closed until Monday again. So if you grab this tonight, we'll get it out to you. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. Yay. Oh, 2026, we made it, didn't we? Okay, we're going to do, nobody go anywhere. Nobody go anywhere. Nobody go anywhere. We're going to do our drawing here. Hold up. Keith's going to bring that to me. Do y'all have, you're welcome. You're very welcome. Very welcome. Happy New Year. Did y'all enjoy your class tonight? Yeah. Okay, we have a name. We are giving away. What are we giving away, Keith? Wait. We're giving away the New Year's Eve nail art retreat, the big leopard bag that had the kit in it. Look, we can't sell every kit that we have come in case somebody gets lost and we have to replace it. So we always have to leave just a couple hanging out that we can't put in inventory in case we have something that happens, you know, because otherwise, if they all get gone, honey, and then somebody gets lost, it's just, they'll be up the creek without a paddle. So everybody's kit got delivered and we had 2 extra. So we're going to give one of those away tonight, and you never guess whose name has been drawn here. Tammy Ellingsworth, are you still watching? Tammy Ellingsworth, are you watching? Actually, we're going to give 2 away. Is she here? Yes, Tammy, woohoo! And we got another one. We're going to give both of these bags away. Going to give both of them. They're both the kit that's loaded full of product. And because the watercolor palette will be here Tuesday-ish, we're going to wait and ship y'all's kit when that palette comes in. Because everybody else, we got to ship their palette to them. Our other winner is Jennifer. I can't read your writing, Keith, of the name you drew. Is it Evan? Irwin. Jennifer Irwin. Jennifer Irwin, are you still here? Jennifer Irwin, is she here? She has to be present to win. Yes, she's here. Jennifer, you won a big old kit, honey. Lord, it's got all kinds of stuff in it. It's the cutest leopard backpack ever, and it's loaded with goodies that was in the New Year's Eve nail art retreat kit. So congratulations, Jennifer. Jennifer, have you ordered from us before? So that we have your address on file?
She has.
Regina says, yes, it's super cute. She just got hers. So we know where to send it. Okay. All right. So those will go out Tuesday. Happy New Year, everybody. I'll see you. What's today? Wednesday. I'll see you Sunday night. Okay. Love y'all. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.